What's up, guys? It's me, Evan, and I'm sitting here chilling with...
Yo, I'm Kenneth.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just here doing another guy group discussion, or group of guys discussion on regular, everyday topics that you guys know how men are thinking and what's going on in our minds. In today's topic, we're going to be discussing about... I don't know why he's rubbing his hands. It's going to be the saddest video ever. We're going to be talking about...
Get into some depression.
Yeah, about bad breakups and what to do and what is the best thing that we've done to get out of a bad breakup.
Dip, that's what you gotta do. Spoiler alert,
There might be people watching this, that's why.
I
They
understand.
might find out the keys.
Yeah.
Major.
So we'll be, try not to go into personal depths of, why the breakup happened, but just when you're in the dumps and you just, what is something that's common that's happened with all the breakups that we might have had with relationships that we wanted to go somewhere. And just little things like that. And if you have any suggestions like that, you can comment your stories down below. But with that being said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get it started. Kenneth, with breakup, love of your life, gone, heart broken,
Abandonment.
heart broken.
Desolation.
What is the best advice that let's say if you could go back in time and give yourself advice of like how you're gonna get through a bad breakup, what would you tell yourself?
Honestly, what I did like back then is what really helped me was really just like chilling with y'all, just like taking myself out of that negative space.
It's the gayest shit. You know what really helped?
What I miss.
My best friends. My best friends.
The bestest of friends.
Meanwhile, I was thinking going, I'm fucking mad.
You know what it was? It was just like, because she and I just spent so much time at my house, in my room, and just hanging out there was bringing up all those memories. So just getting out of the house, even if it was for like an hour, just chilling.
Damn, what the hell is up with that? I've heard that a similar little story to that before, where it was like somebody spends so much time with the person that in their own home space that when it's over they can't even be in that space anymore.
It felt uncomfortable.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Like I didn't feel comfortable in my own bedroom at one point because it was just like, yo, all the memories that she and I had shared. So it was just like, hanging out with Stefan, chilling with Akai, chilling with Evan. That was back when you were working at the booth. And Stefan was working at the booth, so just chilling there overnight, like hanging out with Altov, stuff like that in the basement and shit.
Putting our jobs on the line.
Every night.
Details. But you know what it was? Just like just getting out of that negative headspace and out of that negative physical space, just out of there, just like distracting myself for a while, no matter how long it was, like an hour, few hours, maybe a weekend, and just coming home. Like my spirits were definitely lifted just getting out of there, just not being surrounded by all that negative energy that I was dealing with.
Okay, so wait, in a way, would you say that being in that space kind of pulled you to give that much time and dedicate that much time to a relationship? It did take away from other aspects of your life. So to kind of get over it, you had to kind of go back to the other things that you had going on, because in a way you drifted away from that because you were investing so much time in that relationship.
Actually, yes, that's honestly what happened, because like after that relationship ended, like that's when I got back into martial arts, like heavy, and like I've been there ever since. Like it was the breakup, and then Hurricane Sandy, I believe it was, like those two things just happened. Like
it's funny, but it's not funny thinking about the reason why you broke up and then you jumped to martial arts.
Party done, video over. That's what I did. Like turning to martial arts got me out of the funk. Like I was too tired to be at home, like thinking about what happened. Y'all niggas ain't shit. I
was gonna say, looking back in hindsight, do you feel like if you're in a relationship, no matter how good it is, do you feel like now, just so I said, in hindsight, looking back, would it be smart to invest that much time into it, taking away from other aspects of your life? No matter how much you like a person, is it smart to invest that much time? Because if it doesn't work, now you're just sitting there and you can't do something. You got to go back. You kind of lose a sense of yourself.
No, like you gotta maintain a sense of who you were before the relationship was.
In the relationship,
exactly. Because like this is who you were before you met the person. you shouldn't change yourself to like.
Sometimes you get a little, you know,
like, you get lost in the person,
and
you
you
get lost in the
really
relationship.
start liking them, and you get to that sprung stage, you really feeling them, you want to spend more time, but don't you think that it's kind of smart in that way to maybe regulate it? Because sometimes oversaturation of affection and time spent together can be the cause of the breakup too.
Like too
Because
much time together.
too much time creates flaws.
That's true.
So if you space it out, it might help prevent it.
But at the same time, I shouldn't have to change who I am and give up stuff that I like in order to be happy in a relationship, and that person should understand like, hey, these are some interests that I'm into, you know, whether it's like playing basketball, any sort of sport, or like whatever, you know, like just understand this is what I'm into. If it's ruining the relationship, I can see why people would stop doing that. But if it's not affecting the relationship in a negative way, I shouldn't have to like focus like all my attention on the relationship and then like leave all that stuff to the wayside.
I like it. I appreciate that.
You.
Well, for me, dealing with the relationship, I would honestly say a lot of what he was saying, I did during the
All
relationship.
that wrong shit he was talking about.
You know, basically
Me.
the left end, yeah. But I think I took it as like a learning experience. You know, you have to, because I mean, when you get into a relationship with anybody, friend, family, well, not like that. You know what I meant. But just relationships in general in life.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
then like a relationship with a significant other and it just doesn't happen to work out. It's something like you were in there for years.
And what would you say helped pull you out of that?
Yeah.
To
For
kind of
me,
get back on track and be okay.
For me, it was having that realization that you have to get back to self. You know, you have to reconnect with yourself and remember what it is that you were before that person. You know, not that like when I was with these people that like my whole frame of mind changed, but it was just more or less like that investment. You know, like that initial investment. Like, hey, I'm giving this effort to you. Now it's like, uh-oh, my investment dried up, and now it's like, oh damn, what do I do? So it's just like for me,
Sell that stock, nigga.
sell the stock. The stock is gone, man.
Monopoly.
It's Enron stock, man. It's gone. It's done. Everybody go to jail after that. Yeah, reconnecting with myself
Reconnecting with yourself
was definitely the best thing to help me realize that there was life after this relationship. Any relationship that you're ever in.
And what do you mean, I guess, not to get too specific, but just, you know, I guess touching the bases, what do you mean is in getting back to yourself? What are certain things that you did in the way that helped you get back to yourself?
For me, a lot of that was just trying to like focus on career, trying to put my mind towards like, you know, bigger things other than just like, oh, you know, bills, debt, whatever. You know, like, I want to see that happen. The situations that you have and just try to understand how much things can get better. There's always life after. That's it.
That makes
sense. Kill yourself.
No, he's not telling you. He's.
I know he's not saying that.
That's not something he knows about. Yeah.
Some people take breakups bad. And they want
myself included.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I've had that. You know.
I don't relate. All right, cool. y'all want to get extra deep. This video is not.
Yo, if only you had a hat to knock off.
Yeah, just some kind of like. To that lady that moved past his car when he was having a disagreement, I would definitely like to have you comment on this and expose him. Expose him.
Hashtag exposed.
You said to who?
There was a lady
That
that walked by your car as you were having a disagreement
yes.
with one of your significant others.
Yeah.
And she was concerned
Yes.
with the tone
Yes.
in both of your voices.
Oh no, it's really mine.
He was crying.
It was only mine.
He was crying a little bit.
I was
It's kinda
not.
like-
He was crying a lot.
if you've ever seen Evan cry, please comment below.
Have you ever seen
Please
Evan
comment
cry?
below.
I have.
And
You
share
have?
the video.
Yes, I have.
When?
You
When
have
you came to the
seen
gas
Evan cry?
station and I teared because my dog died?
Yes.
Wait, really?
That's a tear. That's not crying.
That's so crying.
That's not crying. A
That's
tear
crying.
isn't crying.
That's
That's a new. What's crying? Well, let's get into
No. Let's focus on
We
you.
gonna get back to me. I'm gonna edit it back to me. What's crying?
Actually, yeah,
Catch
wait a
me
minute.
niggas crying. What's crying?
Crying is
What's crying?
Crying.
You've seen us cry.
Yes.
But just
So,
because we haven't seen
I
you
haven't
cry,
exactly.
but because you don't
I'm
cry
more
over
of a
regular
man.
shit.
No,
yes, more of a man.
I've seen him tear, but I've actually heard him cry. I was on the phone with him when he cried before. Yes, you weren't crying over something with you. You were crying with something over me. Because there was some health issue with me that you were so concerned about that you, like, it was around the time
wasn't crying.
No, you were legit.
I was emotional.
No, you were legit crying.
I was not
You
crying.
were legit crying. Bro, hand to God, you were legit crying.
You heard tears come out my eyes.
Yes.
You heard.
They were splashing
You
off the
heard.
phone.
You heard.
friend is about to die. Oh no! That was you. That was you.
No. Yeah.
Wait, but you remember what I'm talking about.
Wait, but how does it sound?
I believe I remember. There's been several of those instances with you. Not to drag it out for you.
Oh wow. So
No, I never snitching. Yeah.
Wow,
Never
never
snitching. Well, you want to snitch first. Oh, Evans out here crying. And not to say that there's anything wrong against crying. I'm just saying when it comes to my
You seem
friends.
to have them.
No.
Yo, don't cry about it.
I'm saying it's a thing that I've noticed about myself since I was very young that I don't tend to cry around my friends. So that's just, an issue with me.
So you
'Cause
cry to
it's,
yourself?
it's normal to cry.
Every night.
No. But
Recently he has.
okay,
And to her.
Okay. So
No.
to be fair, when's the last time you cried?
2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago.
Why'd you have to look at your watch? Mark the time.
Gotta make
To
sure.
mark the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My point is, with that phone call, I was emotional, but I was not crying.
Yes,
I
you
felt bad. I wasn't crying. I was very emotional.
You
but there was no crying.
you seem like you're
There's nothing wrong with being
embarrassed.
emotional. I'm not.
It sounds like you're embarrassed.
Because I remember that phone call. I
Okay.
was broke. I was a little shaken up because I was emotional, but I was
You
not
putting in
crying.
some extra excuse. I was a little shaken up.
Yeah.
Just make it sound like it was after a car accident. Oh, I didn't know what was happening. I went past the stoplight. I don't know, sir. I'm sorry. I'm emotional.
So Evan, Akai and I have given our tips or our major tips of how we got out of our negative headspace. What is something you have done to get out of the negative headspace after a breakup?
There's something.
I mean, well, most breakups I've.
Did you cry about it?
No.
So there was not one of those relationships that you.
That's what I'm trying to get to the point of. Most, I guess, with regular relationships that I may have had throughout my life and regular breakups, those I've seen to handle those pretty well because I do have a very common issue of just dropping people out of my life like they meant nothing. But there had been other instances with breakups where it'd be a breakup and other things going on between a death in the family or other deep emotional crisis happening with me and my family or other things in other ventures of my life that have affected how I felt going through a breakup. So it was a way deeper depression that I would not say than y'all, or nothing like that, but it was just, it wasn't purely about the breakup, but it made the breakups worse to me.
It was just icing.
Than a normal
It was icing on the cake.
More than a regular breakup that I could just drop and just keep it pushing, you not for me, da. But going through deeper breakups with people who I was more emotionally invested in, what really helped me was convincing myself that the other person did not give a fuck about me. Because if the person did give a fuck about me, they wouldn't have did what they did, they wouldn't have left, they would have tried to fight and tried to keep it going. Because I'm a very loyal person. I'm very loyal to my friends, I'm very loyal to my relationships. Even if we have issues, I'm there to work it out. I want to make sure we go down to the fucking bone gristle. Like I want to get, I'm putting in 1,000% effort to try to fix it. And if that person doesn't want to fix it, that means they don't care as much as I did. And if they don't care about as much as I did, why am I stressing myself? I have to convince myself that this person didn't care, they weren't as invested as me, so why am I stressing out over something that wasn't a 50-50 investment? Or something that didn't even add up to 100, because sometimes in a relationship, you might have to put in an extra 30% where it's 80-20, and vice versa, where you might not be feeling the relationship and they gotta put in the extra 80 to make sure that it's a little bit even. That's just what you gotta do sometimes in a relationship, and I feel like sometimes I'm putting in 50 and she putting in 15, and it's like, whoa, and I'm putting in as much as I can. I'm putting in 75. She putting in 5. Like, I already gave my extra 25, but you still not meeting 100.
Sound like you talking about drugs. It's like, yo, you gonna put in for this, man?
I'm trying to get this eighth, bro. I'm trying to get this eighth, bitch. You out here fucking up my metrics. You ain't got no scale. You do no. I'm calling the cops.
You convince, not really you convince yourself, you show yourself that
Yeah.
all the effort that you put
You
in
reflect.
wasn't reciprocated.
Yeah, I reflect, and
person.
maybe not just reciprocated. A reflection is just more or less. Sometimes relationships don't work out because personalities clash, and then sometimes those things you might have had early signs of it in the beginning. So you might have to reflect a little bit and use those as evidence to show that this person wasn't the person you thought they were. Because if they were that person you thought they were, maybe they would have stuck around.
I can see that.
And if they did stuck around, it would have worked out. But if they didn't, then those are the things you have to use as evidence to like, all right, this isn't the person. I got to keep going to find the person. And that's my little 2 cents. And y'all want to know.
Okay. No, I got no issues with that.
So
It's okay if you cried about it though.
oh my God,
It's
I'm not
okay to
saying
cry.
that I never
Okay to cry,
cried.
man.
I'm saying that I
Okay to
did.
cry.
There were moments too,
At the end of Black Panther.
but there were other things going on in my life that
No, you know when you really
Affected.
cried? You cried the last Airbender because of how trash that movie was.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to. I was furious.
Um,
Very.
He was shedding furious tears at how bad that movie was.
There were 2 breakups that I had where there's a lot of other things going on in my life that I got to the point of an emotional breakdown. Alright, damn, nigga, I ain't going through it now.
Is that you feel?
No, I
that
was
down?
burping. I was burping,
okay.
bro.
That was
Evan,
good.
are you Evan?
Alright, guys, look. So that's the end of the video.
You're
Those are
tearing
I
our
want to end the
tips.
video now to go get some
Tearing up
tissues.
for me. I
That's
got
the
you,
tips,
man.
guys. If you guys have anything or
Oh,
any stories
man.
that you
It's
relate
gonna
to
be
or
okay,
agree with
man.
any one of our
My-
perspectives, comment it
Just
down
have
below.
my back.
And also let us know. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to be updated whenever
He
we
might
upload
cry
more
about it, so
videos.
just
And
please.
we will see you guys in the
Wait,
next
Tom.
one.
Did you do your Facebook, Instagram?
If you guys, are there any social medias that you want them to
No,
follow?
I'm talking about for you, your
To-
Facebook.
to
your
check in on
Instagram,
me?
Your
You
Snapchat.
gotta
Check
check.
in on that.
And his
So
Twitter,
we're gonna
all
put
the
the
ever
number up.
comments.
The number up.
There's a suicide hotline
The number up.
that you can call to have
To
Evan
call
call.
Evan. You know what? We're gonna comment
Make
his
sure they
phone
call
number in the
him.
comment section down below when he puts up this video.
Yes,
he
That
needs
way
the help.
that way you guys can text him like Evan.
He needs
It's
the help.
okay.
Put the number